Money is supposed to be stable, a store of value, promise that time will not steal from you. But here's the paradox. If you hide $1 today, in 10 years it buys less. In 20 years, much less. In a lifetime, almost nothing. This is not an accident. It is not natural. And it was not always this way. So here's the question no one asks. Was inflation a mistake? Or was it invented on purpose? For most of human history, money barely changed. Gold was gold. Silver was silver. A Roman coin could buy bread for generations. Prices moved slowly, sometimes over centuries. Constant inflation was rare. Now compare that to today. The United States alone, the dollar has lost over 96% of its purchasing power since 1913. That means what cost $1 then costs more than $25 today. Imagine if gravity worked like this. Every year, things just became heavier. You wouldn't call that normal. You'd call it a system problem. So when did money stop being stable? Inflation is simple but dangerous. Imagine money is a bucket of water, each dollar is a drop. Now imagine the government quietly drilling holes in the bucket. While pouring more water on top, more money enters the system, but goods don't magically multiply. So each dollar represents less. Inflation is not prices rising, it's the symptom. Inflation is money losing value. Here's the key insight. Inflation only exists when money can be created easily. Gold restrained it, silver restrained it, scarcity restrained it.
So the real story of inflation
is the story of removing restraints. Inflation was not invented once. It was discovered again and again by desperate governments. Let's go back to ancient Rome. Rome didn't print paper, but they debased coins. They mixed silver with cheaper metals. Coins looked the same, but were worth less. At first, no one noticed. Then prices rose. Soldiers demanded more pay. Merchants lost trust. Rome printed wealth out of thin air and slowly destroyed its economy. Fast forward, medieval kings did the same thing. So did monarchs in France, Spain, England. Every time a state overspent, it found a way to dilute money, but inflation remained limited. Why? Because gold and silver fought back. You couldn't print metal till paper arrived. The first true inflation experiment happened in China. Paper money was revolutionary. Lightweight, convenient, powerful, but here was the problem. Once rulers realized paper could be created endlessly, they never stopped. The result? Runaway inflation. It's worthless money, economic chaos. History learned the lesson, and then forgot it, because centuries later, Europe tried again. Wars changed everything. Wars are expensive. Taxes are unpopular. So governments borrowed. Banks emerged as intermediaries. Central banks followed. And here was the new idea. What if money didn't have to be fully backed? What if banks could lend more than they had? Fractional reserve banking was born. It worked until it didn't. Crises came. Banks collapsed. People panicked. Each time, governments faced a choice. Let the system fail or print to save it. They chose printing. Every time. In 1971, the last restraint broke. The US dollar was no longer backed by gold. Pure fiat money was born. Money backed by Zeus. From that moment on, debt exploded. Prices climbed steadily, asset bubbles became normal. Inflation was now built into the system, not as a bug, but as a feature. Inflation does not hit everyone equally. If you own assets, stocks, real estate, businesses, Inflatita helps you. If you earn wages, save cash. If paycheck to paycheck, inflation punishes you. It silently transfers wealth, from savers to debtors, from workers to asset holders. It rewards borrowing. It discourages saving. And over decades, it reshapes society. The middle class shrinks. Debt becomes normal. Speculation replaces productivity. This is why inflation is politically convenient. It raises revenue without voting. It hides taxation behind complexity. And most people never notice until prices explode. Inflation was not invented overnight. It evolved, crisis by crisis, decision by decision. Each step was justified. Each step seemed necessary, until permanent inflation became normal. The unsettling truth is this: modern money cannot exist without inflation. The system depends on it, and once you see that, you can never unsee it. So here's the question. If inflation is built into the system, is it still a mistake or a design choice? Tell me what you think in the comments.